Meditation's so good for you, and I feel like there's so many videos about it and so many channels just dedicated to like guided meditations and stuff. But I kind of just started thinking the other day, like, what is meditation? Oh, I'm doing this for self improvement. I'm doing this to become calmer. It's like, yeah, those are all good, but in its purest form, like truly meditating and just being is like you're just being. You're just melting into reality. You're allowing your awareness to return to the present moment, the eternal present moment. Because if you think about it, there is no moment other than the present. We can never experience anything other than the present moment. Meditate for the sake of meditation. Meditate for the sake of just being present and giving your brain time to relax. Like just letting your brain take a break from constant thought and constant thinking. You don't realize how much your head literally hurts from thinking 24/7 constantly and constantly being stimulated by our phones. So I just got done meditating. Meditation's so good for you, and I feel like there's so many videos about it and so many channels just dedicated to like guided meditations and stuff. But I kind of just started thinking the other day, like, what is meditation? I feel like there's not really a good explanation for it. And I was listening to this talk by Alan Watts, and he had this really good explanation. So I wrote it down for you. So I'm just going to read it. He said, meditation is the act of allowing one's thoughts to cease. Literally just not thinking. You're not stopping thinking. You're not trying to suppress your thoughts. You're not trying to force them out, but you're no longer labeling them. You're no longer chasing your thoughts. Because if you're always thinking, you have nothing to pay attention to except thoughts. You're always in your head all day. It's like if you're always talking, you don't have time to hear anything else. If you're always thinking, you don't have time to pay attention to anything else except the thoughts in your head. There's no opportunity for you to come into contact with reality, with the real world. And thoughts are just our labels about the real world. So we're never actually being present and interacting with the real world. We're just sitting there in our heads thinking about the real world, thinking about the experience that we're having, labeling the experience that we're having instead of actually experiencing it. In the Alan Watts talk, he said, if we are never silent in our heads, we are living in a world of total abstraction, divorced from reality. Exactly. If we're always in our heads, we're never actually in reality, because reality is this whole world around us. But if we're always in our heads, then we're living in a false reality. We're living in a delusional la la land. You know, it's like when a guy is really into a girl and all he knows about her is that like she's really cute or whatever, or maybe he knows a little bit about her personality. But a lot of times, you know, the guy will start writing all this fan fiction in his head about her. He'll start thinking, oh, she's like this and she's like that, and we're gonna be like this, and I'm gonna say this to her and she's gonna respond like that. And it's like, especially, you know, when guys are younger, right? When we're like in high school and shit, maybe even college, like when you're just like less experienced, we might do this. And it's like, dude, don't do that. You're living in a false reality. You're not giving that girl a chance to be herself. You're not giving the actual connection a chance to be what it is. You're not giving reality a chance to be reality. So again, you're not trying to suppress thoughts. You're not trying to force them out. Thoughts are always going to pop up, but you just kind of stop giving them so much attention. You stop giving them so much energy. You just sit back and start to observe them like they're clouds in the sky, or like they're birds flying through the sky, and you're just kind of watching them go by. And at first, it's a bit difficult. It's a bit uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable because we're so used to thinking all the time and being in our head like all the time. But after a while, you start to notice the way your body feels, the way your breath feels. You start to notice the world around you, the place that you're sitting, the room that you're in, all these different sensations. Because at the end of the day, like I said, all these thoughts is just chatter in your head. It's just you or your ego, your mind, right, trying to label the world around you. And then instead of actually experiencing it, you're just viewing everything through like these filters, through this label, through the labels, through the thoughts in your head. You're not actually experiencing the real world. You're experiencing a filtered version through your ego mind. But again, when you just allow it to stop and you allow it to fade away, then there you are, you know, without giving your thoughts all this energy, without that ego mind, just you, the real you, the observer behind it all, just observing, just watching. And that's what meditation is. It's just an observing, it's just a watching of reality, a watching of what's going on around you, both internally and externally. And that's it. There's no, in its purest form, meditation in its purest form, there's no extra goal. There's no extra, oh, I'm doing this for self-improvement. I'm doing this to become calmer. It's like, yeah, those are all good, but in its purest form, like truly meditating and just being is like, you're just being. You're just melting into reality. You're allowing your awareness to return to the present moment, the eternal present moment. Because if you think about it, there is no moment other than the present. We can never experience anything other than the present moment. Because when we were experiencing the past, it was still the present. And when we experience the future, it will be the present again. We can only ever live in the present moment. So it's just allowing your thoughts to just flow away and your awareness physically, mentally, spiritually to just return to the present moment. And it sounds kind of abstract and it sounds kind of difficult, but one of the easiest ways to do this is watching your thoughts without expectation, without trying to label them, without trying to think about the thoughts and overanalyze them. Just seeing it. Oh, there's a thought about this and then it's gone. And there's a thought about that and then it's gone. And then there's a emotion about this and then it's gone. And it just back and forth, and you just watch. And that's literally it. There's no extra goal. There's no extra thing to do. And one of the easiest ways to do this is by listening to the world around you. Listen to your breath. There's a car driving by right now and I just listening to it, right? If there's birds chirping outside, somebody's coughing nearby, like whatever, just listen. That brings you back into the present moment. That brings you back into what's actually going on right now. And listen like you're listening to music. When you listen to music, you listen to a song, you're not overanalyzing it, you're not overthinking it, you're just listening and enjoying what you're listening to and just having fun. You listen to music for the sake of listening to music, right? So in the same way, meditate for the sake of meditation. Meditate for the sake of just being present and giving your brain time to relax. Like just letting your brain take a break from constant thought and constant thinking. You don't realize how much your head literally hurts from thinking 24/7 constantly and constantly being stimulated by our phones until we sit down and meditate. And even if you just get like 1 or 2 seconds of that flow state of being present, you only feel it for like 1 or 2 seconds, you're still going to notice a difference. Like, whoa, like there was that relaxed, calm feeling that I've been looking for years and years that I haven't felt since I was a kid. That peacefulness, there it was. And the more you meditate, the more your brain gets used to being calm and letting go of the thoughts, the easier it becomes. And again, by listening and breathing and just listening as if it was music and just enjoying it as if it was music without any end goal in mind, that's how we're able to return to that childlike state. That's how we're able to return to that peaceful state. Meditation is literally the antidote for overstimulation. It's literally the opposite of being on our phones all the time. Is literally just putting it down, sitting down and doing nothing, allowing ourselves to intentionally do nothing and enjoy it. I know it's hard, it's difficult, it can seem a bit abstract, it can seem really scary, especially when you first do it, it feels like really boring. That's the point, it's supposed to be boring. We're constantly overstimulated, so we need to do something boring. We need to allow ourselves to be bored again, so we're not constantly feeling anxious. We've learned to all just feel anxiety all the time instead of boredom. And it's in that boredom, in that quiet space, where we usually get the best ideas, where we usually have the best insights about ourselves. We usually get a lot of clarity on what we should do in life. We don't allow ourselves to have that anymore because we're always on our phones and we're always distracted. So even if you just sit down for like 5 minutes max, try like 5 minutes or even 1 minute, just try sitting there, put your phone down and just listen for a little bit. Listen to your breath, listen to the sounds around you. Just try it and see if you can even get like 1 second of that peaceful, whoa type of moment where you're in that flow state, you're in the present moment, you're in the zone. Just treat reality, treat the present moment as if it were music. I always say just melt into reality. Whatever you're thinking, whatever thoughts you have, just watch them fly by, just let them go. And over time, you're going to get better. It's going to become easier. You're not going to be as scared. You're going to be able to let things go. And I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I believe you can overcome your phone addictions, and I believe you can get better at meditating and just learn to enjoy it for its own sake, and of course how good it makes you feel to be present all the time. But that's all I have for you today. Just wanted to discuss that. I thought that Alan Watts had a really good definition of what meditation is, and I just posted a guided meditation if you want to check that out as well. More videos on the way, more videos coming soon. Hopefully YouTube continues to push the videos so we can keep growing this channel, growing this community, and just keep getting a good positive message out there. And let me know in the comments, do you meditate? And if so, like, why do you meditate? And do you enjoy it? Because I feel like a lot of people just do it because they feel like they're supposed to. And I feel like you shouldn't do it if you're not enjoying it. So let me know. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.